And I had a dream that someday I would just fly away. And I always knew I couldn't stay. So I had a dream that I'd just fly away. That I'd just fly away.
So now it's time. Now it's time to choose your adventure. We have a whole series of different videos for you. Are you applying to UCs, California State Universities? Are you test optional? Are you looking for merit aid, need-based aid, demonstrated engagement, SRAR, test required campuses? Are you a prospective recruiting athlete? Are you trying to figure out applying early, additional resources? Choose your adventure. Here we go. This is an emergency alert. This is an emergency alert. Yes, pull out your notes. I don't know if you use Google Keep, Notes, Google Docs for these emergency next steps that you need to do.
Like uploading these 3 screenshots. Watch the video how to do it.
Need to do. Number 1, you got to get organized. Get organized. Whether it's your planner, calendar, notes, you know it, do it. Are you a paper person, electronic person? Get organized. These vital steps so you could have an amazing senior year. Scoir. You know what I'm talking about. SCOIR, Scoir. Have you checked off the FERPA agreements? Yes, that Family Educational Right Protection Act. It's a must. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to go to step 2. Have you put all your teacher request on there? Yes, right? Whether it's 1 or 2, you got to put it on there. Otherwise, they can't upload it. The surveys by themselves will not be enough. It won't be enough. So, yes, do those teacher surveys on Scoir. Do those teacher surveys on Scoir. Make sure that also your parent and guardian went on their Scoir account to do their surveys as well. And then don't forget, notice I said, and, so write that down, get organized, and then put in the request for that 1 or that 2 teacher who's going to brag about you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Step number 2, the CAP form, the college application plan. You may think you did it already. Think again. This is the final CAP form. On there, on the CAP form, you are going to put all the steps. We're talking about the teacher recommendations. Don't forget the activities and achievements. Don't just list your activity. What was the role? What impact? What did you do that stood out? And all those all need to be listed on Scoir. All has to be confirmed on your CAP form. But then don't forget, you have to list all your UCs. Do you have your challenge, your possible, and yes, your likely UCs on there, or your California State Universities? Just circle the boxes of all the ones that you are applying. Remember, this must match your applying list on Scoir. But don't forget, you have to put all your restrictive early action, if any, your ED, if any, your early action. Apply early. That's a tip, an insider tip. And remember that balance list of your challenge, possible, likely. Use that scattergram to confirm. What is your major? Remember, some majors, it's going to make a school super hard or not. So keep in mind, look at the majors on your list, talk to those admissions. You must make sure about the application deadline dates. You need to check the campus website. Make sure also if they're on Common App, it is listed. This form means that it's automatically on Scoir. No, you have to put it in there. Does it mean it's automatically on Common App? No, you have to put it in there. On the UC application, no, you got to put it in there. On the Cal State, no, you got to put it in there. Lots of steps. This is why this is an emergency broadcast to you. Now, we're not done. Do you understand that if you are submitting any scores, let's say an AP exam, you are responsible for sending for the good news. You're going test optional. You don't have to send any scores that don't require it. Oh, you're applying to a school that requires it? You need to make sure that you send those test scores. That is your responsibility. Also, your parents need to make sure that you've discussed the financial aid options, right? About paying for college. Do not assume what you are paying here at SI will be the same for colleges. Do that net price calculator. You've been to the workshops. You heard the videos. Just do it. And make sure you know that you have to apply for financial aid, the FAFSA, the California grant application for those who qualify. And also don't forget the Cal Grant information that your counselor will be working with you about, and also the CSS profile. Don't forget the financial aid forms. One step is the net price calculator, looking at your family's budget. It is okay. There are plenty of affordable colleges, but check out your resources again through the net price calculator. Don't forget about the FAFSA form, the CSS profile. Hey, do you need to do the California Dream App application? And if you have any questions about the Cal Grant, after college counselor, or watch our YouTube channel that talks all about the Cal Grant. Communicate with your college counselor. Yes, that person who's going to write a recommendation about all the amazing achievements and who you are as a person in high school. Now don't forget that you have to create your Common App application. Haven't done that already? Didn't you know you could set that up? So it's okay. Here's the QR code. Common App application used by over 1,000 colleges worldwide. Remember, there is a browser and a mobile device system. Work on that information. Remember, also don't forget about your personal statement. Watch this QR code, how to write those statements for the Common App application. That's for the general one, not the supplementals. Be sure that you do the research on those supplementals if required. And do not add your amazing college counselor as an advisor. We do not use this system. Just leave it blank. But you know what? You can come and see us to check your Common App, check your personal statement, and check with us with all your other questions. Also, very important to know that, if there's a parent guardian helping you out, if there is a teacher helping you out, please make sure to show some gratitude, saying thank you, keep them posted. So important, so good for the soul, so important for that communication. So please keep that out throughout the whole year. It's basically vitamin gratitude that you put in your soul and your spirit. Now, we do need to talk about ethics. Even though this is an emergency, ethics is the most important thing to follow up on. Are you writing in your statements with your authentic voice? Are you being real? Are these your words, your ideas? Hey, we all need help and support. There's a whole mess of different ways where people have support. For those of you in math, you use a calculator, but everything comes still from here, the steps, the follow through. So ethics is important about your work, so you have your genuine heart on your application. So keep that in mind when you're using the help. And there's one thing about feedback and information or someone to help brainstorm an idea, but this must be your work. Keep in mind, when you submit your Common App or UC or any application, you're signing off that this is the truth, the whole truth, in your authentic voice. And there will also be weekly college fairs during upper lunch. Yes, so have lunch, talk to a rep, and then also not only during lunch, but they're also after school from the months of September to November. Dates will vary. So test optional. Put the emergency out. Yes, put that emergency alert out if you are test optional, because guess what? You have a big thing not to worry about. But just to avoid any possible emergency, let's listen up here. Okay, please look at your college list. Yeah, do it right now. Go look at it. Have you made sure that all your campuses are test optional? Okay, remember, some campuses change from year to year, so just make sure they're test optional. If you're only applying to public schools in California, easy peasy, test optional. But other campuses, you just want to double check. Majority of all colleges across the nation are test optional. Want to know what test optional campuses are out there? Click on this QR code from Fair Test to look at that list. But always check the campus's website, look at their checklist items for undergraduate students, and enjoy. Do know there's so much research and data that shows that campuses, even the Ivy Leagues, who have been test optional, have accepted amazing students. Those students are doing great in colleges because the test score alone won't get you in. You know what it's all about. Your courses, the challenge, your personal stories, right? Also your impact in your activities, both in school and outside school. So test optional, Take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy it, and focus on you making an impact in other things, because now you have more time on your hand. You test optional person. Yep, it's serious time. You decided to take the SAT or ACT. So that means it's really important that you balance your life with everything else that you need to do, right? That also means PDF time, personal down, family time. So important. So important. Okay, so let's talk about this. Now, if you are doing any testing, keep in mind that SI does have an SAT school day, right? Where you can register. Information will be coming out to you. So pay attention to those announcements, pay attention to your email, and we will have you be signing up for that test. This is free for all seniors to take the SAT school day for you. Now, keep in mind when you take the SAT school day, it may not come in time for your campus. So if you're applying early action, early decision, or if you're applying restrictive early action, double check with the campus if you take the test that day, will it come in time? Because usually take more than 4 weeks for that information to process. It's not next day delivery. Every campus will give you a different answer. Email your representative. Sometimes I have information on the website. Most of the time they don't. Okay. And remember, your application is many variables. So it's not just the test score, but if you are applying to a school that requires the test, you have to submit a test score. You have to submit it on time, but do know there's no need. So this is not an emergency event for your AP scores. AP scores, they're going to take your word for it, that you self-report that information on your application. And then when you enroll, you just submit those AP scores. Sounds good? All right. Take a deep breath. You'll get through this. Because remember, your college counselors are here for you. This is an emergency broadcast system. We have a question for you. What's your admission status? What type of application are you submitting? Are you submitting an REA, an EA, ED1, ED2, Rowley? Oh my, oh my. Okay, let's go from simple to more complex. So there are some campuses like the UC, Cal State University System, Gonzaga, who only have one deadline. So it's just one regular deadline date. So that's great. There's no benefits applying earlier, but there is some emergencies if you're applying later. So those are hard set deadlines. Okay, so please know that. Number 2, rolling admissions. Yes, there's a reason why some schools you could find out in August if you got accepted, because they just process their application as they're rolling towards them all the way to July. But do you want to wait till like June or July? And then let's say you need financial aid. You don't get any financial aid award letter until you're accepted. So here's the main message too. Apply early. Ooh, apply early. Ooh, apply early, apply early, apply early, apply early, apply early. Cal, stop singing. Just apply early. Why? So a lot of colleges use that deadline, the early deadlines, if they have them. Remember, UC, CSUs, and Gonzaga don't, for scholarship deadlines, applying to their honors program, you name it. So let's go again from easier to harder. Okay. Early action, EA. Early action is a campus that offers, you can apply early or regular. If you miss that early deadline, it's okay. You can still apply regular. But recent data has shown, check out the scattergram on Scoir, that early action, you're going to have a lot more benefits and opportunities. It's still competitive out there, but it gives you a lot of different opportunities on there. Now, you can't assume a campus is EA all the time. It changes through the years. So keep that in mind. And first example for that, Boston College used to be an EA school, and now it's only a early decision. Wait, they both have early action, early decision. But what's the difference? Early action, if you apply early, you're not obligated to go to that campus. But early decision, you're making the decision that if the campus accepts you, you are going there. So remember, there's other forms and signatures required and steps for you in order to do early decision. Why? Because we don't want an emergency broadcast system in your life for early decision. You will need to sign off that, yes, you understand, you're committed to the school if they accept you. Your parent and guardian will need to. Your assigned college counselor will need to. You have to do extra steps like you research the school, toured it virtually in person. You've also did a net price calculator. And then you also have to sign an internal document for SI. So yes, you're going to fill out an ED form on your application and then on Scoir that needs to be signed as well, right? So you indicate on Common App, it's early decision. Yep. Then you go on Scoir and have you and your parents sign off. Then your school counselor, then your college counselor will be able to sign off if you provided with them. Check with your college counselor how they want it. An early decision form saying that you've done all these many steps, right? That is on your Scoir drive. Yes, on your Scoir drive. And then you'll wait, right? In December to find out some decisions. As you'll find out during the winter season, whether you've got admitted, deferred. Deferred means we like you, but we like some other students, but hey, we're going to put you on regular decision. We've had students accepted through regular decision, but early decision, you can check on the Scoir scattergram, see what benefits there are, but you have to make sure it is really a great marriage between you and that college campus. Now, some campuses have early decision too, meaning, hey, I'm going to see what's happening in the fall. And if all doesn't work out, I'm going to apply right in the beginning of spring semester, right in the beginning of spring semester, an early decision too. Now, keep in mind, you still need to do all those steps that we just mentioned for early decision, all those signatures, signing, you name it. And if you did ED1, get denied, you have to wait till you get denied before you do ED2 if there's a campus. Do know there's a lot less schools that do ED2 versus ED1. Okay, so remember, early decision, you're deciding to commit to a school. Early action, you're just making the action to apply early. Okay, here's a reason why we're at Bikini Bottom, wearing the bikini SpongeBob blazer, ready for restrictive early action. Just a handful of schools say, hey, you don't have to commit to us because they know you'll fall in love with them as soon as you enroll in their campus. But some of them will have different restrictions, and each campus is different. Some will say you can't apply early decision. Some you can't apply any early action. Some will say, hey, you can apply early action, but to a public. Just know there's restrictions. So you have to restrict yourself to your desk, to your iPad, to your computer, and find out what those restrictions are for each of the campuses. And what you need to do then after that, you need to make sure that you fill out the form. Now, there's no extra signatures like early decision 1 or early decision 2, because like I said, they're just restrictions and you're applying early. So it's just the action to apply early. It's not the decision to go to the campus. So restrictive early action just have different steps. There's not that many. So for most of you guys, you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Deep breath. Channel some SpongeBob laughter in your life. Okay. And just go some jellyfishing. Go do some jellyfishing. Welcome, UC applicants. Yes, an undergraduate program for 9 different campuses throughout California. Yes, it's a great opportunity and also great affordability, whether you could afford that in-state tuition plus room and board, or enjoy the financial aid benefits that the UC system grants for so many different students. Now, what is the important thing that you need to know about the UC application? A couple of things for this emergency broadcast heading your way. Okay, number 1, UC application. It came out August 1st, and you can submit it as early as October 1st. But remember, there's no letter recommendations for the UCs. There is just your application, and it's a self-reported courses, meaning they won't get a transcript from you. They don't ask for it until you actually enroll in the campus. So you really have to follow the A to G system. Yes, the A to G system that the UCs honor all majority of all your classes. So keep in mind, when you're applying to the UCs, you're going to put in all the courses that are on the A to G list. On the A to G list. Don't know where the A to G list? Here's that QR code right here. Now, when you self-report, there's so many mistakes that can be made on the UC application. You may be too modest versus honest on your activities. There's 20 slots of activities that are out there. You may not be really using your authentic voice and just getting to the point on those PIQs, right? So we have a couple of resources for you. Number one, we're here for you. Yes, we are. All the college counselors are here for you to support you. So come on in and see us so we can help you on the UC application, or just have us check it out before you submit. The other thing is now for the UC application is also there's a lot of mistakes that can be made, and they're not going to really follow up. Oh, you made an oopsie. No. So to prevent the emergency broadcast system coming in your life, okay, this is what you do. Click on this QR code for the biggest mistakes most students make on the UC application. Yes. And then also click on here, boom, for the PIQs right here. We also have a couple of podcasts for you to help you listen to this information. You can wash the dishes. And some of these are from the college reps. Some of them are from students to help you out. Okay, so the UC applications start early, do a question a day. Please be careful about how you put your courses. Really put the description about your accomplishments and your impact on all your activities. So important. And those PIQs are so important. Yes, this is an emergency broadcast system, California State University system for 23 dynamic, very different campuses throughout California. Look at this map here of all 23. All 23, each one have different impactions for different campuses. One may be super easy for one major, but different for another one. Some have made impaction for the whole campus. What am I talking about? Check out this website here. But make sure, as always, to have a balanced list, right? A challenge Cal State University, a possible one, a likely one, and make sure you like all of them. CSUs do provide a lot of in-state tuition, but keep in mind for financial aid, there is a lot of benefits by doing the FAFSA form. The Cal State University often does not cover full tuition. So keep on looking at those scholarship and other resources and other opportunities. Now, there's a lot of mistakes that happen on the CSUs. So before we give you a resource, how to help you to avoid those mistakes, here are some emergency steps that you need to take for the CSUs. Do you have your transcript? Do you have your A to G list? Do you know your major for each campus? Did you look at the scattergram to make sure you have your challenge possible likely? And also, did you check out the campus? There are only 2 main residential campuses. Most of the campuses are commuter based. So check out each campus. Everyone has a different vibe. Some of them are super new to super old, to super big, to super small. Division 1, 2, 3, you name it. CSUs have all the variety. So check them out. Not all of them are the same. So not all of them offer the majors, but they tend to offer more majors than the UC. Every Cal State has a business admin major, while the UCs don't. So really different, great system. Where there's CSUs is more hands-on learning compared to the UC system. So apply, look at all those different options. Now keep in mind, for the CSU application, there are no essays, no statements. There are no letter recommendations, no. But it is self-reported information. So you are going to need to make sure that you know your A to G list. What's an A to G list? Well, click here. These are the only courses you can report. They also will want to know in the last 36 months how many hours of volunteer work that you have done. They also want to know about your leadership roles and also hours in your employment. Really simple questions, but do know for certain majors like nursing and some others, they may have some extra follow-up questions. So really don't rush with the application. It comes out October 1st. Again, the deadline is November 30th. November 30th. So do not delay. Make sure someone checks your application. There's tons of mistakes you could make. Yeah, mistakes. So click on this QR code to watch a video on those possible mistakes. Want to learn more about the CSU system? Here's a podcast for you. Get to it and avoid the emergency. I had to put on my SpongeBob outfit. Why? It's a crazy world. When you thought things could be simplified in your application, welcome to SRAR. Oh yeah, here you need this channel too for SRAR, the YouTube channel. What's happening? What's happening? Colleges got your application, they got your recommendations, and they got your transcript, but they still want you to self-report all your courses. Yep. So yes, so please make sure that you look at those QR codes, right? Here's some more helpful information about SRAR. It's no joke. If you don't submit that on top of your transcript, letter recommendations, your application on time, oh my, it's going to be crazier than Bikini Bottom. So please make sure it's not complete if a campus needs SRAR. Check your campus website. That's where it'll be listed. It's not always on other to-do lists on like Common App. So check every campus website. Please make sure, check your portal if you submitted, get it done. And remember, we are here for you to help you through this process. All dynamic, wonderful 5 college counselors. That's an emergency broadcast system announcement. Here we go. Merit aid, money. Show me the money. Okay, let's be serious. This is the emergency broadcast system. Okay, so you want money, right? Then let's make it happen. It doesn't matter what your family income is. Merit aid is awarding you on your talents, whether it's your GPA, leadership, are you an artist, video, you name it. There's so many merit aids out there. So first, for scholarship and other opportunities, the federal government has a laundry list of scholarships out there for you, even in graduate school. So click on this QR code right over here. Yeah, you got it? Okay, you got it. So click on the QR code, and at Career One Stop, you can find so many things about majors, but this one directs you straight to the scholarships. But did you know that a lot of scholarships that most students receive are from colleges and universities themselves? Yes. So remember Clark University, when we did that experiment and the student put in their GPA, they got some free money, even though their family income was pretty high. So you can use what's called the net price calculator, right? Every campus has it, or you could use My Intuition. And there's a lot of schools that are looking like, hey, this is our profile, but your profile is here and we want you. So here's some free money for you. Now, sometimes if you do the net price calc, you won't find it. But guess what? You can email your college rep. There's some schools out there that give free tuition for all 4 years that you may not be aware of. And you just have to do an extra application or essay on there. Sometimes your application itself on Common App is a merit award scholarship too. But how do you find that out from those campuses? Email the rep, start that information, and make sure you apply broadly. But if you don't have time to wait for answers, then have your family do the net price calculator or My Intuition, so you have a balanced list of affordable colleges, and so you have options when decision time comes. Show yourself that money. I don't want you to show me money. I need money. Here's your emergency broadcast system on need-based aid. Okay, so a couple of things that you need to know. Financial aid is no joke, and it is another job on top of your job of college application. It's complex. People are going to ask you stuff, 1040s, 1099s, verification forms. Everyone's going to request information at different times, here, there, everywhere. But remember, we are here for you. So go see any of the college counselors. Do you have any questions? There's some stumbling blocks, but let's go into the basics of some parts that you need in order to obtain need-based aid. And need-based aid, say, it's not about like, oh, I have all this money, but I want more of your money, you college. No. This is like, I don't have the money to pay for your college. So I pretty please need your money. But they're going to ask you, show us that you need it. Okay. What do you need to do? Number one. So the goal is for all financial systems that are out there by October 1st of your senior year, they will come out. Okay. First one that every college in the nation needs, right? From the Ivy Leagues to community college, is the free application of federal student aid, FAFSA. Yes, FAFSA. What's the application? Okay, here's the QR code. Make sure you're filling out the application for the year you're going into, right? So for that college year. So it should not represent the year, this year, it should be the following year when you're filling out that FAFSA form. On there, you, the student, should obtain a FSA ID number. Yeah, you better click that QR code. FSA ID number. This requires your social security information on there. Every student will have it. Don't share it. Memorize your social security numbers. This is an emergency announcement. Memorize it. Don't put it on your cell phone. People can hack that stuff. Okay, no joke. Second thing you need to know about is that, yeah, I'm showing you again the QR code for FSA ID. Your parent and guardian will need that as well too. Please keep up in the news. Make sure about any possible changes. Again, we are here for you. You're a college counselor, so all of us are here. All 5 dynamic of us are here to help you in this process if there's any questions. But then you have to do the FAFSA application, right? So that's how you log in that information on there, and they will retrieve your prior year tax information. It doesn't take that long to fill out, but you want to make sure it's done accurately. A great YouTube channel from the federal government right over here. So you can learn about all this information. Also, if you want some more tips regarding about financial aid, here's a podcast about that as well too. Now, there is also the California Dream Act. California Dream Act is for students who are undocumented. So remember, California will provide you need-based aid still. So if you are undocumented in the modules program, we do have folks who are Dreamer liaisons to help and support you. Your college counselor is an amazing liaison and support system for you as well. And here's the QR code for the California Dream Act, but only for those students who are undocumented. Okay, what else do you need to know? All right. Cal Grant. The Cal Grant system is free money. Anytime you hear grant, it's free money, but it's need-based, free money for you. Need-based free money for you when you hear about grants. Okay, so the criteria that they use changes from year to year. But if you're wondering just some general information, click this QR code here. Make sure your assigned college counselor knows your latest grades out, especially if you took any outside of SI. We send that information to the colleges. And my God, emergency. You need to make sure for FAFSA and Cal Grant that your Power School and Scoir name, date of birth, and address is up to date and matches FAFSA. I'm going to say it again. You need to make sure that your legal name, your birth certificate name, matches exactly on Scoir, Power School, and that includes your address and your date of birth. Otherwise, you're going to have so many emergencies. Okay. So please make sure to follow up on those QR codes. So important. We're also going to send another video about CSS profile. So now all colleges, like I said, community colleges, the Ivy Leagues are going to need a CSS profile. But there are some schools that are pretty generous but need a generous amount of extra information. I'm talking lots and lots of information. Welcome to the CSS profile. CSS profile, you could go ahead and see on that QR code starting on October 1st, run by the College Board. You already have a College Board account, right? Took your PSAT, use that same login to get into your CSS profile. And this is where you share this information to both of your parents. Notice I said both parents, whether they're divorced, etc. Both parents need to fill out this information. Now, if one parent has not been in the picture, go and see your college to show you how you can have a waiver done. But this one is not quick like the FAFSA. FAFSA could take 20 minutes. The CSS profile could take over 2 hours. And that's when you gather all your information. But here's the good thing is they're asking you everything: medical expenses, unusual circumstances, everything. While the FAFSA will leave out some information. There's 400 colleges. Don't believe me? Okay. Here's a QR code for all the member schools using the CSS profile. A lot of the schools, the 70 schools that meet full need, are on that list I just showed you. So make sure you submit that. And the goal is to submit everything before Halloween, so you get a treat versus a trick. Don't get an emergency broadcast that you turn it in late, because the money may not be there. Make sure you do that. And also, don't forget to follow up on your portals. Each campus will have a different portal, what they need. And guess what? You can also pick up the phone, call them. And here's some good news. Your parent guardian can also call financial aid if there's any questions too. Get to it. Are you an athlete? Are you an athlete trying to get recruited to a college? Keep in mind that there's a couple of steps you needed to know and resources. Do you know this man? Yes, it's Coach Blue. Coach Blue is your athletic advisor who's here to support you along with your 5 amazing college counselors. So please know to use those resources to get the real deal about college recruitment. Second thing is, hey, if you're applying to a Division I or Division II school and trying to get recruited, click on this QR code. You have to do the NCAA clearinghouse. Now, don't forget, on Scoir, there's no stats of your athletic stats compared to the athletes out there. So please check on the websites. There's a lot of questionnaires that's out there. And the recruitment process is very broad and wide. But there's also some great Division III schools that, even if you're looking for some free money, give some need-based aid, even though you're applying as an athlete out there. So please look at all that. But also, you're going to be approached by a lot of colleges and coaches. Check out their stats too. What's their graduation rate? Look at the athletes to see what majors are there in there. What other restrictions are there? Is there flexibility for internships, study abroad? Remember, this is a college experience as well too. So make sure the campus that you're approaching meets your needs as well. And yeah, your wants. So yeah, definitely you want them to want you, but make sure it goes both ways. Okay. So make sure you use those resources. And if you want some more resources, check it out right over here. Are you grinding? Are you grinding it? Don't grind your teeth though. Are you grinding all those applications? Do you still need more help? We're here for you. Yeah. Oh, let's do it right. We are here for you. All your 5 dynamic college counselors. But also keep in mind, there's other resources like our SI YouTube channel. Click here. So remember, we are here for you. I know, there's an emergency broadcast system. It doesn't have to be an emergency. That's why there's all these resources. That's why we have this video for you. Look at the YouTube channel, look at all the other resources, but keep on looking at all of us. And then remember to have that PDF time, personal down family time. It's so important, right? And it's okay to walk away from the college talk. Yeah, you could tell your friends or teachers or even family, hey, can we not talk about that today? Or say, hey, family, let's just talk on this day for 20 minutes about colleges. Have once a week check-in, right? Or create a checklist on the refrigerator. It doesn't have to be all this stress, but getting organized is key. Having that wellness is key. Using your college counselor is key. Making sure that you're on top of grades. Make sure that you're on top of caring for yourself. And through this process, show gratitude, show kindness, and hey, show a lot of love for yourself. And as long as you apply broadly with a balanced list, you're good. You're good. You got this. Go Wildcats.